We're going to start in a child's pose. So the feet are together, the knees are apart, and we're going to take our hips back. Stretch those fingers out wide, and then we're going to push our fingertips into the mat, lift the wrists up, head down, and now let's pull our hips back. We're going to take slow breaths. And then gently put the palms down. Then we're going to inhale those hips up, take those hips forwards, and then exhaling, we'll take the hips back. We're just going to do a little bit of a warm up here. So inhale, hips up and forwards, and exhale, hips back. Good, we'll do this twice more. Inhaling up, let's stretch forwards, back. And follow that breath one more time up and forwards. And then exhale those hips back. Good, now we are going to take the hips straight up. We're going to go into a tabletop. Get your hands right under the shoulders. And then we're going to rotate the hands around. So turn your hands outside so your fingertips are pointing towards your knees. We're going to let our head relax and then gently tug those hips back. Good, and then we'll turn those hands back around. We're going to stand up on our knees. Good, let's take our hands to our lower back, pull those shoulders back, push those hips forward, let's look behind. Keep lifting your chest and pulling those shoulders back, the head's just relaxing. And then we'll go ahead and inhale up. Good. All right, hands down. Now we're going to start going into our upper body intensive. So let's take the toes under. We're going to push our hips up and back. We'd like to get those fingers spread wide. Get a nice grip on the mat and push your hips back. All right, the first thing we're going to do is inhale our right leg up. And then as you exhale, tuck your head in. Pull your knee to your head, and then we'll inhale up. And then exhale, tuck your knee in towards your forehead. Inhale up again. Good, and then one more time, bring that into the forehead. Awesome, now we're going to take right leg up and down to the mat. Now let's do the other side. We'll inhale left leg up. And exhale, tuck in. Inhale up again. Tuck a second time. And then one more time, inhale up. Exhale, tuck. And then we'll take that left foot down. Come down on our hands and knees. Stand up on the knees. And then we're going to interlace our fingers this time. So we're not really doing a back bend. Fingers interlace. We're going to pull those hands down, stretch our chest up, look up, and let your jaw completely relax. Eyes relax too. Breathe through the nose. Good. All right, let's take arms overhead. And then we're going to take hands down to the mat, and we're going to walk out into a high plank. So here we are in high plank. We're going to tighten the thighs, draw your belly in tight. We'll breathe in. Exhale down. Inhale, we'll sweep into cobra. Good, and then exhale, those hips are going to come back. All right, push those hips back. You might have to shift your hands back. Good. All right, so here we go. Right leg is going to inhale up. We're going to exhale the knee to the left elbow. Inhale up. Then we'll exhale to the right elbow. Inhale up one more time. Then we'll take our right foot down, walk back out into high plank. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, lower. If you can keep your legs off the mat so you're in a position different than when we go all the way down. I just lost my words, so we're gonna go with it because I am fine imperfection. So let's go here. So now let's inhale, left leg up. And exhale the knee to the right elbow. Inhale up. And then exhale to the left elbow. Good. Inhale up. And then we'll take the left foot to the mat. We'll walk back out to high plank. Good. Now go high plank to low plank. And then through to up dog. That's what I was trying to think of before, if your legs are off the mat. Otherwise, it's more of a cobra. And then back to downward dog. Good. Now we're going to take our knees down. We are going to do a puppy. So let's take our arms extended as far as they'll go. Our knees are still hip width apart. It's different than child's pose. Fingertips into the mat. Rest your head and let's pull back. And then the palms will come down. We'll slide the hands back. And come back on to our hands and knees in tabletop. All right, here we go. Toes under, hips up and back. This time we're going to walk our hands to the back of the mat. So now instead of feet together, as sometimes we have, we're just going to have our feet apart. We're going to grab our elbows, rest our neck, and breathe here. Good, now we'll release the hands. We're going to walk out to high plank. But this time in high plank, we're going to lift our right leg up off the mat. So the right leg is up. We breathe in. We exhale down. The right leg's still up. And now we'll take right foot to the mat. Come on through to cobra or up dog. And then back to downward dog. Good. So now let's take our right leg up in downward dog. And then shift our shoulders over our hands. So we're back to where we were. And we'll come down again. Sweep on through. And then take our knees down. Come back to child's pose. And we're going to walk our torsos over to the right. So let's stretch long. We're reaching as far as we can with our left arm across the body. Just enjoying the long stretch on your left side. Good, now we're going to come on over to the other side. So now we're going to reach our right arm as far as over as it will go. Good, and now let's come back to the center. So let's walk out into a high plank. We're going to take our left leg off the mat. Breathe in and exhale down. And take left foot to the mat. We'll sweep through into cobra or up dog. And then we'll exhale back to downward dog. Now left leg comes on up. We're going to shift our weight so our shoulders are over our wrists. We'll come into another high plank with our left leg up. Come down to low. Take that left foot down, knees to the mat, and let's come back to a downward puppy. So again, extend the arms, fingertips into the mat, and we're going to pull back. And then the palms come down. We're going to slide those hands back, come back up on our knees, interlace those fingers behind us a second time here. Let's pull down, really stretch that chest up. Gaze up. Good, and then we'll reach those arms up. Interlace to your fingers. Point your index fingers, stretch on up to the ceiling. Pull your stomach in. And then we'll take our hands down. All right, we're going to come up on our toes. We're going to pull our knees out wide. So we're in a nice balance here. Good, and then from here we're going to work on a crow. So let's take our hands down. They're about shoulder width apart. We're going to lift our hips up. Try and rest your shins on the back of your triceps or on your triceps. And we try to come into that balance. So I'll give you a little more info, I should say, a little more instruction. So really if it doesn't work for you to have your hands there to start, you can first start by getting your triceps into your shins and then spread your hands out, spread your fingers out. Grab that mat, and then you're a little more prepared. You can lift up. You want to get up on your toes, look out in front of you, and then you start leaning forward just a bit. Hopefully your toes will lift up. And if you want to complete the posture and you feel enough balance, draw your toes towards one another, your big toes. It's helpful to look out in front of you. If you look straight down, you might fall on your forehead, which is not safe and it's not comfortable. All right, good. So anytime you want to, you can practice that. So the next thing that we're going to do is come out into another high plank, but this time we're going to side plank. So let's take our right hand to the center of the mat and roll our heels to the right, and let's stretch our left arm up. There are different varieties you can do with this. If you want, you can try to lift your left leg up off the mat to any height that you feel comfortable. Or you could take your left foot as if you're in tree, so take it to the inside of your left thigh, your right thigh, I should say. This is another option. Good, and then I'll take our left hand down. We're going to come to child's pose. So get those knees wide. Take your right arm under your left, palm to the ceiling, pull those hips back, and rest the right side of your head on the mat. Take a few breaths here. Good, all right, let's come out of that. Ooh, hopefully that felt okay. Now it's time to side plank on the other side. So let's go into high plank. Shift that left hand more towards the center of the mat. We'll rotate those heels to the left. Reach that right arm up. You can always take your knee down. I should have said that the first time. But if it's a little too much for you, the knee coming down is fine. But remember, if you want, the right leg can come up. Or you can take it into tree. I always love doing that. I don't know why. Good. And then we'll take right hand down. We'll come back to child's pose. All right, here we go. Left arm. Slide that under your right. Take the left palm towards the ceiling. Reach your right arm out and rest the left side of your head down. Good, all right. Now let's get up on our hands and knees. So we're going to continue doing a little strengthening for the upper body. Let's take our right arm and extend it straight forwards. Excuse my voice. We're going to gaze straight down and we're going to lift our stomach. See how it's just kind of resting? We want to pull our pelvis back, engage your core a little bit while our right arm is extended. And now, let's take our left leg. We still have this right arm out here. Let's take our left leg, extend it back, flex that foot, still gazing straight down. Still pulling your midsection a little bit away from the mat, a little further away. And now let's keep our left leg back, right arm comes down. Get your weight balanced between your two hands. If If you start getting tired, it's always good to just refocus on your breath. So keep your cheeks relaxed, keep your jaw and your tongue relaxed. Breathe slowly through your nose. And then left knee comes down. All right, other side. Left arm extends. We don't have too soft of a belly, we pull back. Let's gaze straight down. Keeping your face soft. Breath through the nose. And now we're going to add the right leg. If your wrist ever feels tired, you can take a break. You could go down on your forearm instead. Those are some options. Let's take our left hand down, get our weight balanced between the hands so we just have the right leg back. And then eventually, here we go, taking the right knee back down. All right, let's go back to downward dog. We're going to walk our hands back to our feet, but this time we're going to roll all the way up. Come up nice and slowly, rolling until we're up in mountain pose. We'll take our feet together, lift our chin, shoulders back, chest forward, palms towards the front. Perfect. All right, let's inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands behind us. We've done this before. This time we're going to interlace. Pull down, stretch your chest up, bend those knees, take that chest forwards, and let your head relax. We're just letting our arms reach as best they can, getting a stretch in your shoulders and your upper back. Good, and we'll release the hands. We'll come down on our knees, and we're going to do a dolphin. So our knees are hip width apart. We're down on our forearms. You can get your fingertips gripping the mat again if it helps. Relax that neck. Let's take toes under. Lift those hips up. So this is dolphin. Now technically we're trying to walk our feet closer to our elbows, but then if you can see, my hips are kind of forward, so I need to push back. And we'll just breathe here. Good, let's take the knees down. We're going to come back up on our hands. And we're going to be doing another set of dolphin, but we're going to be lifting our legs up. But in the meantime, we're taking a little break here. Let's let our hips fall left and right. It feels kind of nice to loosen that way. This is just our little intermission. And then we're going to come back to the center, go back down on our forearms, toes curl back under, and the hips come up and back. So this time we're going to take our right leg and reach it to the ceiling. So be super strong with your upper body. You're pushing forwards actually. That's the motion of it. You're not actually moving, but you're pushing forwards with your forearms so that your hips and shoulders go back. And then we'll take our right foot down. Let's switch to the left. Good, and then we'll take that left foot down. Awesome. Let's lay on our stomachs. We are going to take our left ear to the mat and our arms by our sides. So the palms are facing the ceiling. And we're just going to take a few breaths here. And then we'll turn our head the other way. So now our right ear is on the mat. It's a great time to slow your breath. Good, so let's take our chin back to the mat. What we're going to do now is kick our feet up, grab our feet with our hands. So this isn't a total upper body thing, but it does give you a good stretch if you can get your kick working well. So what we want to do is inhale up, lift the chest up, kick, and if you can kick well enough, I hope you can feel stretch on the front side of your shoulders. Good, and then we'll release. All right, let's come on up. We're gonna have a seat and take our legs straight out in front of us. We can just rest our arms by our sides. Just calm yourself. Awesome. Okay, let's reach forward before we do our next thing. So you might need to scoot your hips back, and we're going to reach forward towards our feet. So my back is a little curved, but we don't want to just come forward like this. So when you're coming forwards, think about starting from your lowest vertebrae, and then you can maybe see that my back is a bit flatter. We're just trying not to curve straight ahead. We're trying to reach. Good. All right, let's come on up. Now we're going to bend our knees. Our feet are hip width apart. Our hands are facing our body. Our neck is relaxed, and we're going to reverse our tabletop. So let's go ahead and lift those hips up. Try and get your hips in line with the rest of your body from knees to your shoulders. You can rest that head back. Feels nice. A lot of times people struggle and their hips are kind of hanging. So what you want to do is think about your core lifting, your hips lifting, your thighs pushing. It's a group effort here. Good. And then we're going to take our hips back between our hands. We're going to take the bottoms of our feet together. Once again, I'm always shifting my hips back when I'm in a seated position. It helps you get the best upper body posture. Okay, so here we are, just sitting up tall, but we are going to lean forward like we did when we were having our legs out in front of us. But we want to do the same thing. Let's reach from our lower back, take our arms out front. Don't worry about how far you go, but you do want to extend your arms and have the intention of reaching forwards. And just accept whatever stretch you're feeling and enjoy. Good. Now we're going to slide back, sit up. This time let's extend our legs out. So this is more of a reverse high plank. So we're going to squeeze our legs together. You can point your toes. Get those hands behind you as you're leaning back. Let your neck rest back. And then let's lift those hips again. So see, my hips are sagging. I want to be lifting as much as I can, pressing that whole midsection of your body up towards the ceiling. Good, and then we're going to take our hips back down. Let's go ahead and lower down. So we're going to lay on our back with our legs extended. And what we're going to do here is a little arm stretch. So we're going to take both of our arms up. We're going to cross our right arm under our left, pull our palms together, and we're going to pull down with our elbows. And while you're doing that, you can also try to lengthen your neck and tug down with your chin. So you're really being active with those elbows pulling down. And then we'll release those arms. We're going to bring our knees into the chest. Give ourselves a hug. Tuck your chin in again. Good. Now let's release those legs. Now we're going to do the opposite stretch. So arms up. Let's take left arm, loop it under your right. Let's press the palms, the forearms together, and then work on pulling down with your elbows. When I say down, it's towards your lower body, not into your chest. So you're just pulling downward with the elbows. take our arms by our sides. Take a full breath in and out. Good, and now we're going to draw our knees up. We're going to grab onto the outsides of our feet for a happy baby. So let's grab out, pull those feet wide, and this isn't really upper body either too much, but it feels so nice. So let's get those hips open. You can rock left and right if you'd like. Good, and now we're going to take our feet to the mat. We're almost finished here. Let's tilt our chin up a bit. We're going to go into a bridge. So here we go. Let's lift those hips up, and we're going to interlace our fingers underneath us. Walk each shoulder underneath you, and then keep pushing up with your hips. Release those arms, roll the spine down. Right away, we're going to cross right leg over left leg. Stretch your arms out wide. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let both of your knees fall over to the left, but we're going to actually look out over the right arm. So we're getting a deep twist. Good, and then we'll come center. We are going to take our opposite position, left leg over right. So now our knees will fall to the right, and now I need to shift my neck so it looks the opposite way. Good, let's come back to the center. We're going to bring our knees into the chest, and we're going to rock up. Good. All right, we're just about done. Let's cross our legs. We're going to sit up tall. And we're just going to let our neck do a few rolls. So let's take our right ear to the right shoulder. And then slowly roll the head down. Kind of pause while it's down. And slowly continue over to the left. Pause here. And now let's take our head back, let the jaw be open. And we're going to reverse direction. So now let's take our left ear to right, over to the left. Pause. And then we'll take our chin down and pause. And then we'll take it over to the right. And then we'll go back one more time. So the jaw opens, the head's back. We're lifting up tall with our torso. And we'll inhale that head up. Good. What we're going to do now is exhale. Just lean forward. You can have your hands on your knees. And then it's like a cat and cow. So now we're going to pull back with our back. Our head comes back last. And then we'll sit up tall. And then we're going to melt forwards. And then draw your back up. Good. All right. Well, thank you. I hope you feel like your upper body was involved. And I hope you keep doing good things for yourself. Namaste.